peculiarity or distinctive mark of the so-called P-ale. This means something like he, killed intensely. I don't know. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure that katal even occurs in the P-ale. We're just using it as an example. All right? So he slayed, killed intensely, really got the guy. All right? That would be the idea. Do you recognize this form? Niktal. This is that nifal I just talked about, right? So this would be translated not he killed, but he was killed. Getting the idea? Here's a new one. What's this one? Hiktil. Do you recognize you still have your 3 root letters here, right? Here you've got a hey prefix and an infixed mater letter. This is something yet more different. This is called the hiphil, and this has a causative sense to the verb. In other words, instead of saying he killed, the hiphil would give you the translation, he caused someone else to kill someone else. Now it gets complicated, but in the hiphil you can actually have 2 direct objects. It's not simply to do the action, it's to cause the action to happen. All right? Kings and high-level officials love the hiphil, you see, because they never have to do anything directly. They cause other people to kill their enemies. Right? So you have this sort of 2-step process built into the meaning of the hiphil. Now, we just saw some examples with our regular paradigmatic verb katal. I told you early on in the course that the reason we use katal as our basic paradigm verb is because the old paradigm verb is not a very good choice. You might recall this, I think we talked about this when I started talking about irregular verbs and talked about first nuns and second gutturals, and said that some grammars will call a first nun verb a pay nun verb, using the old paradigm verb of pa'al, which was used in the older grammars. The reason they chose this verb, I think I may have told you, is that this is the word for do, and it became in medieval Hebrew grammatical discussions the word for verb. So they used the verb to illustrate verbs. Okay, it's not completely bizarre. Now, if you know enough about Hebrew grammar, you realize this is a very bad choice because you've got a guttural in the middle, so you're always going to be fussing with the guttural problems. You got to pay at the beginning, so you got to worry about dagesh lene as a bagad kafath letter. It's just kind of an irregular verb. And you don't want to use an irregular verb to demonstrate the regular patterns. However, it's this verb from which we have derived all of the names of the conjugations. And this is helpful. Do you see that this conjugation takes the verb pa'al and adds a nun prefix? Now we just saw niktal, and we called this, you don't know this, I just told you this, we called this a nifal. Do you see that if you take the verb pa'al and do the nifal thing to it, you get the word nif'al. I'm telling you this because if you know the name of the conjugation and insert the verb pa'al, you should have some idea what it's supposed to look like. And this is helpful. Here's another conjugation. What's the name of this conjugation? Do you see we've taken a root, we've added a hey, here with a kametz katuv shwa. This conjugation, this is the perfect third singular masculine, the base form of the haf-al conjugation. This is the perfect third singular masculine of the hif-il conjugation, right? By the way, if you transcribe these and really did it right, you'd get that ion in there and put the symbol, a transliteration symbol for the ion. Most people abandon that just because it's kind of a nuisance. But you really have three consonants here that aren't necessarily represented in the way the word is written, all right? Because the P and the L, and there should be an ion in there as well. That's an aside. If we go to this one, what's the name of this conjugation? P-ale, right? And the P-ale is the one we're going to look at first, okay? That brings us to the second part of Lesson 617, which is now looking at the first additional conjugation, all right? I can teach you the P-ale in less than 1 second. I've never lost this bet yet, but if anyone wants to put money on it, Grail still owes me $1, doesn't he? From that unfortunate ping pong contest.
He's still in training for December.
Uh-oh. I'm dying, I'm drying. No, I haven't started. Does anyone have a stopwatch? Has anyone got a watch that actually has a stopwatch on it? This is good.
Have several people.